AnimeCons TV. It's Movie Phone Guy, and I'm here. It's Friday at the Bangor Comic Con here in Bangor, Maine. Check-in went pretty well. We've got our tickets. That's the right side. It was backwards, but third take, whatever. Anyway, we're going to take a look around, check out the alley, check out some panels, and then report back to you to see what we've got going on here in Bangor, Maine. This weekend we did the Bangor Toy and Comic Con, the Bangor Comic and Toy Con. It was April 8th, 9th, and 10th, 2016 at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor, Maine. I've been bored some of the time. I'm bored. But this is Matt. Matt's from Danger Walker Studios. Matt makes me things that make me happy.
Can I give Pikachu a big hug?
I don't know. Pikachu and I have some personal issues.
Is there a restraining order?
Yeah, there is. So, are you capable of a fist bump?
Wow.
Apparently, attendance at this con was somewhere around 5,000 paid attendees, and there was another 1,100 or so tickets given out as prize support or contests or, I guess, just goodwill towards students. That was pretty nice. We had some major stars there this weekend. Nichelle Nichols, she was Uhura from Star Trek. Colin Baker, the Doctor. If you don't know, I'm ashamed of you if you don't know that. Anyway, moving on. Tim Rose, he played Admiral Akbar. He was the Admiral Akbar in the costume in a couple of the Star Wars movies. Denise Crosby, Tasha Yar, you may remember her from dying in that tar pit that time. Vern Troyer, Mini-Me from Austin Powers. Dan Fielding, Paul Scheer, and Jason Narvey. That was Zordon, Bulk, and Skull from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. More than a couple of my good friends. We're super excited to see those folks. I found Supergirl. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Supergirl. I save Earth.
Oh, what else do you do?
Otherwise, my secret identity, I guess. I'm Kitten and Strings Cosplay. I make custom commissions. I make leggings and skirts that are not so custom, but they can be customized. I make costumes. I wear my costumes. I sell my costumes. And I model.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another item the Bangor Comic and Toy Con had was a pretty good presents for kids. In the board game area, there was an area where you could play games with your children or young kids that are with you, or let kids play on their own. There was some face painting. There was really a pretty great cosplay contest for kids. If you want to get the little ones started in cosplay, this was a pretty good environment for that. It was short. When I was a kid, I had no attention span, so 30 minutes is about right. And it was a sort of a non-competitive, hey, isn't this fun kind of thing. The atmosphere seemed really pretty good. We had plenty of support to keep those kids going. Yeah, they looked like they had a lot of fun doing it. We bought VIP passes. It cost us $45 for the weekend, and let us go to really whatever we wanted. There were some,
functioning
parties
R2D2.
before and after.
That's also really sweet.
Concerts. We really just went to AnimeCons. We went before. We tried to go to some panels. More on that later. What did VIP get you? In theory, it lets you check in early by about half an hour. You got a sweet shirt. You got a bag to put the shirt in. That was pretty good. A poster, which we thought was exclusive. Come Sunday, they were selling that for about $5. And you got, again, entry into a couple of parties and wrestling matches. Those after-hours events otherwise were an extra thing you'd have to pay for. If you had the VIP, you could just go to all those things. There wasn't much of a line at any time. We showed up probably 10 a.m. or so we didn't bother with the early check-in. That's my fault. I slept in late, but we were only in line for about 20 minutes. It didn't seem super congested at any given time. And the other thing we noticed, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this at a small to medium anime con, the ATM was never empty. We went and checked a couple of times because that was sort of our mark at PortCon Maine. When the ATM's empty on Saturday, we know we've hit peak capacity. That never happened here. That could have been better management. That might just be our weird thing, and maybe that matters to none of you. But I said it, and here it is in words.
We're the Maine Association of Cosplay Enthusiasts. We offer a variety of non-convention-based cosplay events throughout the entire state of Maine. Some of our events include tea parties, theatrical improv afternoons, as well as picnics and formal balls that we host with some of our associates.
That's very exciting. You're not supposed to pet them, but this is adorable. And he likes it. I do not recall this in Attack on Titan. Overall, it's a pretty good cosplay. The guy's a jerk, though. He wouldn't talk to me. That's a pretty good cosplay, man. I remember the episode.
I love your Attack on Titan cosplay.
You're too good to talk to us.
Hey.
Hey, AnimeCons, we heard your calls and we got you a booth bay. And we got Bart. Bart's going to tell you what this is and what he does. Bart, I'm excited. Go.
Hi. I run Eastern Front Designs, which is a manufacturer and reseller of LARP supplies for Maine LARPers. I go all over the state to a bunch of different LARP events, and I sell to LARPers for medieval LARP, post-apocalyptic LARPs, steampunk LARPs. I've got lots and lots of swords and daggers and armor and all sorts of things. If you've never tried LARP before, you should definitely do it. It's a ton of fun.
You do a website?
I do a website, easternfrontdesigns.com.
easternfrontdesigns.com. I'm going to go start LARPing a whole bunch right now. I don't know what it means, but we're going to find out.
Live action role playing. Sorry.
Thank you. If you go to a convention, buy all of the art. All of it. Get a truck, purchase all the art, and then leave.
How do it, sir?
Well, it's Sunday. We've had a pretty good weekend. I got some art. I got some autographs. I made friends with this guy. And coming up next, the rest of our full report from Bangor Toy and Comic Con. When we left and re-entered the building, once we checked in, it was pretty simple to get through. Security, the first time, checked for our badges. A couple other times, I had my badge in my pocket, walked right by, and no one said anything. Maybe it's because I'm so famous. I think it's because not a lot of people were paying attention. There weren't a lot of staff around. You saw a couple of red shirts, but overall, the feeling was pretty management-wise loose. It seemed safe enough. Nothing major happened during the whole weekend, but there didn't seem like there was a lot of control. The event overall was sort of a mixed bag. I really enjoyed the dealer's room. I got to get Uhura's autograph. I got Admiral Akbar's autograph. Those were big deals to me. I bought a bunch of art, which is a thing I like to do at conventions. My big deal is art at a lot of these things. There was plenty of actual toys. There was toy in the name. There was toy at the con. Especially a lot of video game systems. Everything from the Fairchild Channel F up through used PlayStation 4s, which was kind of neat, and I guess in line with the convention. The schedule was apparently printed out but lost well before the event. This showed up to be a problem. Aside from the vendor's room and a great board game area, we're not really sure what happened at the con. Until Sunday, there was no real good measure for what was happening when, save for a guy announcing things a few minutes before on the overhead PA. When we went to a panel, I started my day at one panel. I was grabbed by a good buddy of mine named Jenna, and she was with another friend of mine named Sean, who were running the cosplay panel, which in New England is not an uncommon occurrence from what I've experienced. They were in the room, but unfortunately the panel wasn't advertised. There was no printed schedule available to anyone, and Sean and Jenna were in there with nobody, and then they found me, and then someone showed up with a camera. Oddly, there were no working microphones and no kind of PA system. If you had wanted to show video or slides or share your iPad, none of the rooms were equipped for that. For someone that rented out, really a major event center, it seemed like, I guess I kind of would have expected that. I don't know if some equipment was missing or never delivered. I know there were some complications with things like schedules being lost out of state. We had some guests that could not make it because of windstorms and the like. We had some security radios that I guess never made it up for the same reason. So maybe that was just an oversight, or maybe that was just a challenge. Certainly accidents do happen. Even with all that being said, I got to go back to the star power they managed to get in here. There were plenty of autograph chances to get. I didn't think I'd have a chance to meet Nichelle Nichols without leaving New England, or at least without leaving Maine. And that happened. I got to meet Admiral Akbar. I got to meet Denise Crosby, who was fantastic. Bulk and Skull were there. Vern Troyer was there. There were a number of guests that I would not have expected at a convention in northern Maine. So tip the hat to whoever managed to pull that off. That was pretty neat. One of the issues that we had with a few of the actual panels, when we could find them, was they seemed short. The Q&A panels for the guests, like Nichelle Nichols or Denise Crosby, were only 30 minutes long. Now, I don't know if they had something in their contract that said they only wanted a 30-minute panel, or if the convention thought we didn't have the population to run a panel longer than that. Anytime I've been to a Q&A, it's usually been an hour, maybe a little bit longer, and we thought that was odd. That combined with some weak public address systems and video left us concerned. In the end, I think there's some unrealized potential for a really great event here. This is the only convention like this in northern Maine right now. Pretty much everything is controlled by one guy. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't do better if I were doing this on my own. What the Bangor Comic and Toy Con needs is a little help planning things and maybe some additional live event staff to help run things more smoothly. I'm willing to bet there's a lot of local experience that they could tap to sort of improve the event. Bangor is right next to the University of Maine at Orono. That's a built-in fan base. For me, this is a good event to go to for the day by myself or maybe with friends. This would be a great first con if you have kids too. It's got a little bit of everything. If I were going to do this again, I think I'd get the $25 one-day pass and enjoy an afternoon at a pretty good comic and toy convention. Well, thanks for your time, guys. This has been my report. You know what? There's not enough cosplay here. Hold on. I'll be right back. This has been my report from the Bangor Comic and Toy Con. Overall, I think I had a pretty good time. I gotta go, I got things to do. We'll see you guys later. My soul won't be owed to anybody, no matter what happens. Oh, he has contracts. I'm not a good negotiator.
All right, so standard thing, we've expanded beyond just magical girls. We have a variety of offerings. We have the standard Coral Magic package, but we also have Titan Shifter, Ninja, Shinigami, Wizard, Bear, Gao Gao, Magical Girl, State Alchemist, Ghoul, God Tier, Mega Evolution, Superhero, and we do have a selection for other.
Sign him up for other.
I am an MVG.
Now, Section B is just the rights and responsibilities of the contractee. That's a lot of legal hoopla, so if you'll just initial there. Section C is the rights guaranteed to the incubator race, the Cube, which I am.
I know I shouldn't do this, but sketch. Okay.
And then on the back is where we customize the experience for each of our applicants. So in 140 characters or less, please summarize your wish. And applicants are limited to one wish. Now this is like the single tweet and hashtags do count against your character limit.
Can I give this as a gift?
I suppose, yes.
Excellent. I want to tell Movie Phone he's the coolest every day. Hashtag Sketch Loves Movie Phone.
Right now, right here is where we customize your official Weeaboo Kawaii Ugu uniform of awesomeness. We have frills, ruffles, tassels, cape, ribbons, lace, animal ears, and shimmer pan. And of course, we do have an other category.
If I check other and write yes, have I selected all of this?
I suppose, yes.
Yes.
Color scheme, very important.
Super
Yes.
pink.
Now, right here on this line is where you designate your special attack and/or special ability. It could be things like electroshock,
Makes
throwing rocks.
awesome flutes.
Makes awesome flutes, very excellent. Now, if you'll just initial right here,
Sketch. Okay.
and then signature,
Definitely the real sketch.
and then date, month, and year.
Excellent.
Very good, thank you very much.
It's for your sketch.